Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this beautiful shirt dress with detailed collar and button plackets. If this is the kind of video you feel like watching, please stay tuned, subscribe, and let's dive into the main video. So guys, for this tutorial I'll be using 3 yards of this African print. As you can see, it's very colorful. You can make use of 2.5 yards depending on how your body size is. Okay, if you're on the bigger size, use 3 yards. If you're on the smaller size, go ahead and use 2.5 yards. Okay, so I'm going to make a fold using the biggest circumference of our body, and you can see that I folded it with the right sides facing each other. Right now the fold I made is about 14 inches wide, so I have about quarter of my hip circumference here. Hip circumference of 43 inches divided by 4 is giving me 10.75, and I just mark that as you have seen. I'm going to add extra 2 inches for the ease, and then I have 1 inch left for sewing allowance. And then the next thing I proceeded to do was to mark a starting line at the top of the border line this way, and I'm just going to decide the length I'm going to use. So for the length of this dress, it's just like a knee length dress, which should not be more than 40 inches. The next measurement I marked was the half of my shoulder measurement. So I'm going to mark 8.5 inches here, and then I'm going to come downwards by 1 inch. So for the shoulder measurement, I added extra 1 inch to make it 9 inches in total because it's a bit free, it shouldn't be that tight. So I drew a slanted line this way to give it a shoulder slope, and the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark the neckline. So for this particular pattern, we are going to call it the back pattern. So I mark 2.5 inches for the width, and then I'm coming downwards by 1 inch, and I'm also going to just make a rounded curve, which is temporary this way. So this is not going to be the curve. I will not cut it out right now. I'll cut it out later on. Then I went downwards on this part of the shoulder, downwards by the half of the armhole. Okay, so the armhole divided into 2 is what I placed here. I'm also going to add 0.75 inch of an ease for that part, and then I'll mark it downwards the way you see. And after that, I'm going to connect it into a straight line with a ruler. After getting the armhole, I went ahead to place my measuring tape this way at the tip of the shoulder like this at the starting line, and I'm just going to measure the waist line, which is also known as the half length, and I'll go ahead to connect it this way with a straight ruler too. After marking the waistline, I went downwards as well to also include the hip line. This is where the hip circumference sits in. So I'll go ahead now and connect it to the ruler as well. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just to place my measuring tape this way to get the half of our armhole measurement. Although this applies to only the front pattern, but though I'm just making an illustration which will later be transferred to the front, I'm not going to cut it this way. Okay, so you just go inwards by half of an inch at the midpoint of the shoulder, draw a straight line with a ruler, and then all you have to do is to connect it like this with your free hand or with your curved ruler into the chest line. Heading back to the waistline, I decided to add a waist dart for the back. Okay, so I'm just going to measure the quarter of the waist circumference here and then mark that to be very visible. I don't know if you can see the chalk line. And then I'm going to add 1 inch for the dart, and then 2 inches for the ease, and extra half of an inch or 0.75 inches for the sewing allowance. So I also forgot about the measurement for the bust point. On the bust point line, which is around the chest line, I went ahead to measure the quarter of my bust circumference, added 2 inch for an ease, and then 1 inch for the sewing allowance. I'm going to use a ruler to connect that into the waist and then downwards to the hip line. So because I've already measured the amount of fabric I want to use for this, you can see there are no leftovers around the hip line. I'll just go ahead and pinch this in to show that there is a dart that's going to go in there. Right now, I'm going to add 0.5 inch on the shoulder line this way, and then I'll proceed to use it. And then I'll proceed to measure the length and add my hemming allowances. So I'm just going to make a curve because I want it to be a bit curved on the back, okay? And also 1 inch longer than the front. So I'll go ahead and cut it out and then cut out the back armhole because it's the back piece. So I went ahead to place notches on the bust point line and the waistline, and then I placed another folded fabric which is 4 inches wider than the back piece, and then placed the back piece on top of it and marked 4 inches for the button allowance. I'm going to be folding this twice, okay? I'm going to make a fold of 1.5 inch twice on each of the front pattern so that I will get a placket that sits perfect, okay? So keep watching. I'm going to show you how to properly fold this right to fit in and not become bigger or wider than your back pattern. Next, I drew a straight line to indicate the 4 inches button allowance. You can choose to make it 3 inches if you don't want your allowance to be very bold. And what I'm going to use to put this together is the hemming gum, okay? I'm going to use a hemming gum to place them together. Now I'm going to just cut out the neckline for the front. Because the back piece is already placed on the front piece, I'm going to just fold it this way and then decide how I want to measure the neckline. So go ahead and pin it in place to make sure it doesn't move around when you are cutting. And what you have to do now is to place your measuring tape this way, come downwards by 3 inches from the shoulder line and then mark it this way and use a ruler to square it out to make a square. After you're done, come upwards by 1 inch at this intersection and then mark it. Okay, I'm going to mark 1 inch and use that as a guide to create a curve as shown. Remember that the neckline width is 2.5 inches and then we have the depth of 3 inches, and that is just the standard for your shirts and your shirt dresses. Now I'm just going to connect it and make sure that I have the same measurement I imputed there on the front pattern. And the extra button allowance you are seeing on the front pattern is going to be overlapped. So do not let it confuse you. Our neckline still remains 3 inches by 2.5. Now I went ahead to cut out the front armhole. I already have it on the back piece. I just went ahead to duplicate it and make sure I cut that of the front with it. Next, I went ahead to notch the allowance for the button, and heading towards the down part, I'm going to impute the length for the front. Mind you that the back piece is 1 inch longer than the front because of the bum. I'm going to cut this out. So when you're cutting, ensure to notch this button allowance and then trim out the excesses you have on the sides. After you're done cutting the front and the back pattern, go ahead and label it the front and the back. And then remove the back pattern and then open up the front pattern into two because it's on fold. Then move ahead to fold it by 1.5 inch twice and make sure it's way past the line I marked by 1/2 inch. So that way you can overlap them together and not have excesses at the side when you place the front and the back together. Okay, so keep watching. I'm going to show you in details how to achieve it. Now the next thing you want to do is to bring one of your pattern and measure the armhole. What I have here is 13.5. I'm going to use that to get the sleeve. Okay, so what I have here is a long fabric and I folded it into two and I'm going to fold it into two again. The width of what I measured here is 13.5 inches because of the armhole, and I'm going to place my measuring tape like this on the line I drew at the top and measure the length of my sleeve and then add my hemming allowance. I'm going to use 2 inch for the hemming allowance because I also need it to be bold. So I'll go ahead and mark a line there and connect with my ruler into a straight line. I'm sorry that is a bit off the camera, but I'm sure you could understand what was done there. So I'll indicate this as the allowance and then I will go ahead to measure 5 inches from the starting line. That is going to be my sleeve cap and it's a standard. Now I'm just going to mark my armhole measurement plus extra allowance that is the same as my armhole. And then on this part of the sleeve measurement, I'm going to draw a slanted line to get the curve for the armhole. So on that line that I drew, I'll go ahead and divide it into 2 equal half and get the midpoint. So on that midpoint, come downwards by 1/2 inch to get the front armhole and then proceed to curve it with your curve ruler just like you see me doing, and also go ahead and flip it after connecting the first half of the armhole curve just like this. Flip it and then connect the rest of the curve. And then what you have to do again to get the armhole for the back, just go ahead and just add 5 inch above it like this and then draw a curved line just to smoothen it into the first one. And then come downwards by a little bit of 3 inches below your cap sleeve to get your bicep. Mark what you have there and add your allowances and then come to the length of your sleeve and add your allowance as well. Connect with your hip curve like this and then all you have to do is to cut it out. Now that I am done cutting it out, I'm going to open them up with the right sides facing each other so that way I can cut out the front armhole. So you can see the front armhole line around there. So go ahead and just trim a little bit of 0.5 inches following the line you drew there and then place it back like this, unfold with each other and notch the midpoint, okay? Also go ahead and notch a certain point on the front armhole so that way you won't get confused with that of the back when sewing. Now I'm going to check the alignment of the sleeve for the armhole and that of the dress. to show how perfect everything aligns. So you can see that I have the midpoint at the beginning like this because I notched it. I'm going to gently align them together like this and check if they are going to align together when stitching. And then you can see how everything came together. There is a very smooth end there, okay? No one is longer than each other. And as for the hemming part of the sleeve, I'm going to fold it like this and make sure I have 2 inches fold after the folds, okay? Next thing you want to do is to cut out the pockets. I'm going to start marking my pocket 2 inches below the waistline. I'm just going to make a mark there and then measure 7 inches for the pocket opening. Now I'm just going to leave a pocket around the side, and this is the fabric I'm going to use for my pocket. I cut out a long rectangular fabric, folded it into 2 and then fold it twice again. Then I proceeded to rule a line as a guide, and then I will place my hand this way. So what you have to do is to mark 7 inches opening for the pocket, leave about 1 inch before the pocket opening and leave 1 inch below. That is going to be as a sewing allowance after you are done cutting it out, so that when you are stitching your pocket, you don't have to just like reduce the size of the pocket. Now place your hand and just mark a curve as shown, and also ensure that it's not too deep. This is just like a moderate size of pocket. I'll head over to cut it out as well. Quick reminder. Remember the fold I made for the pocket gave me 4 patterns. This means that 2 of the pocket pieces are going for one side of the dress and the other 2 stays on one side of the dress. So this is what I have. I have about 1, 2, 3 and 4 pieces. I'm going to go ahead now and then just like notch the part where I'm going to join them together. So I will just make sure that the part is about 7 inches wide on both sides. That way I can align it better when stitching, and the other ½ inch that goes around the pockets will be for the joining. Okay, in our next video, I'm going to show you guys how to join everything together and stitch them step by step with details. I'm also going to show you guys how to cut out the collar and also join the collar in details. And I'm also going to show you how to arrange the button allowance and button placket and finish it up with a very nice finishing. See you guys in my next video. Don't go nowhere, subscribe and share this video. Thanks for watching.